Let me tell you something, ladies. Every man you meet, every single one of them is going to test you. Oh, he might not say he's testing you, but trust me, he is. Because men, we operate like this before we invest. We test. We want to see what kind of woman we're dealing with. And if you fail these tests, you don't even know you're out the game before it started. Now, I ain't talking about pop quizzes or multiple choice. These are life tests, heart tests. You ready? Here we go. Test number 1, he tests your standards. A man wants to know, what do you stand for and what will you fall for? If he can cross your boundaries easy, he knows you don't really mean what you say. He'll say, I'll call you later, and doesn't call. Then the next day he texts, hey, what's up? And you reply like everything's fine. That's a fail, baby, because what you tolerate tells him how to treat you. If you want respect, you got to teach him how to give it. You show him once that you won't settle for less, and he'll either rise up or roll out. Both are wins. Test number 2, he tests your peace. See, a man will bring a little chaos around just to see if you still keep your calm. He'll be late, he'll get quiet, he'll pull back because he wants to see if you're going to lose your mind, start blowing up his phone, writing essays in his DMs. But if you stay cool, smile, and say, hey, I hope everything's good with you, he's going to realize, oh, she's not pressed. She's powerful. That kind of peace, that's addictive. Test number 3, he tests your purpose. A good man, he watching if you still chasing your dreams, or if you'll drop M soon as he shows up. He wants to see, does she need me to complete her, or does she just want me to compliment her? Because let me tell you, a woman walking in her purpose, with confidence, with drive, that's magnetic. When you have your own goals, your own joy, your own lane, he knows he can build with you, not for you. That's when he starts thinking long term. And number 4, he tests your patience. We don't mature overnight. We don't express everything perfect. Sometimes we're late to the emotional party, but he's watching how you handle the process. Do you inspire growth or demand perfection? The right woman knows how to correct with grace. She don't nag, she nurtures, she don't control, she influences. That's power on another level. So ladies, don't fail these tests because they're not meant to break you, they're meant to reveal you. When a man sees a woman who knows her worth, keeps her peace, walks in purpose, and leads with patience, oh, he'll test her once and spend the rest of his life trying to keep her. When a man first meets you, the very first thing he's paying attention to isn't your looks, your laugh, or your style. It's your standards. He wants to know what you allow, what you tolerate, and where you draw the line. Men test standards without even realizing they're doing it. It's part instinct, part curiosity, and part strategy. He'll see how you handle disrespect, how you react when he goes quiet, and whether you let things slide just because you like him. A man will test your standards to see if you really believe what you say, or if those are just pretty words that sound good when you're single and independent. He might say something slick just to see if you'll laugh it off. He might cancel a plan at the last minute, waiting to see if you'll rearrange your whole world for him again next time. Or he'll push a boundary you already made clear, just to find out if you actually meant it. And here's the thing, once you let him cross that line without correction, he's going to remember that. He's going to think, she'll bend for me. And when a man sees that the respect level shifts, it doesn't mean he's a bad man. It means he's learned where your limits actually are, not where you said they were. See, standards are your silent spokesperson. You don't have to preach about them. You don't have to post about them, and you don't have to explain them 10 times. All you have to do is enforce them once, because a man understands action faster than words. When you tell him, I don't tolerate disrespect, and then you excuse his behavior, the words disappear. But when you tell him the same thing and then step back when he crosses it, he gets the message loud and clear. A lot of women think setting standards means being hard or difficult, but it's not that. It's about being clear on who you are and what kind of energy you allow in your life. You can be sweet, soft, and nurturing while still having non-negotiables. A man actually respects that more than anything, because deep down, a man wants a woman he can trust to keep herself together. He wants to know that if he messes up, you won't lose yourself trying to fix him. Your standards show him that your peace, your dignity, and your worth are not up for sale. And don't think men don't notice. They might act like they're cool, like it doesn't matter, But the moment you hold that line, they feel it. They might test it again just to be sure, but every time you stand firm, you're teaching him something powerful: how to treat you. You're teaching him what's required to stay in your life. When a man sees a woman who doesn't move her standards for anyone, he knows she's not desperate for attention. She's selective about access. That's a whole different level of power. When a man is getting to know you, one of the biggest things he will test, sometimes without even realizing it, is your peace. A man wants to know how you handle pressure, how you respond when things don't go the way you expected, and whether your emotions run you or you run them. See, peace to a man is like oxygen. He might enjoy the thrill of a wild moment, but what he really craves is a woman who can calm the storm, not add to it. So he'll test it. He'll go silent for a day or two, show up late, forget something important, or say something off just to see how you react. He's not necessarily trying to upset you. He's trying to see if you can hold your ground when things get shaky. Because here's the truth. Men pay close attention to your energy when they create a little confusion. If you start panicking, texting paragraphs, calling nonstop, or questioning your worth, he registers that reaction. But when you stay calm, keep your tone light, and move with confidence, he starts to see something different. He sees peace that doesn't depend on him. That kind of peace is rare and it's powerful. It tells a man, I like you, but I'm not losing myself for you. It tells him that you are emotionally steady, that you can handle life without chaos, and that you're not looking for drama to feel alive. A peaceful woman isn't one who never gets upset. She's one who knows how to control the room without raising her voice. She doesn't match energy, she sets it, and that's what separates her from the rest. Men notice when a woman can respond instead of react. They notice when you don't let their mood change yours. They notice when you keep your smile, keep your tone soft, and handle their rough edges with grace instead of aggression. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've mastered your emotions. And men find that irresistible. Sometimes a man will even pull back emotionally just to see what you'll do. It's a silent test. He wants to know, will she chase me or will she trust her value? When you stay cool and keep your rhythm, he learns that you're not controlled by fear of losing him. You're not desperate. You're discerning. That calm confidence makes a man think twice before bringing unnecessary problems your way because he knows you won't entertain them. A woman who protects her peace becomes the prize. Her presence feels like rest. Her energy feels like a safe place. She can express herself, but she doesn't explode. She can confront issues, but she doesn't create them. And when a man experiences that kind of energy, it lingers in his mind. He realizes that peace like that isn't something he can play with. It's something he has to earn and learn how to keep. When a man is around you, one of the first things he starts to notice after your attitude and energy is your purpose. He wants to see what drives you, what excites you, what you're working toward beyond relationships and attention. Every man, consciously or not, is paying attention to whether you have your own mission in life or if you're just waiting to orbit someone else's. Because men respect women who are grounded in something bigger than romance. It tells them you're not just looking for a man to give your life meaning. You already have meaning, and he's just stepping into your world. When a woman walks in her purpose, it changes everything. You carry yourself differently. You talk differently. You don't chase, you attract. That presence alone is a test for a man. He wants to know if your purpose fades as soon as he shows up. He might start by distracting you, seeing if you'll skip your goals, skip your plans, or lose focus just to keep him happy. It's not that he wants to ruin your ambition. He just wants to see how serious you are about it. A man respects a woman who can love him deeply, but still stay dedicated to what she's building. When you keep showing up for your dreams, even when you're in love, that tells him you're balanced. It tells him you have structure. It tells him you're not dependent on him for identity. A man doesn't want to be your whole world. He wants to add to your world. He's not looking for someone who needs saving. He's looking for someone he can build with. Your purpose shows him whether you're capable of growth, whether you think beyond the moment, and whether you have a life he can fit into without losing his own. When you're walking in purpose, you inspire a man to level up. You make him want to match your energy. But when a woman gives up everything she loves the moment she gets attention, it tells him she's not rooted. And when a man feels that, his motivation to invest starts to fade. Your purpose also tests him in return. It filters who's really meant for you. Because a man who can't handle your purpose will try to compete with it. And a man who's aligned with it will help it grow. The way he reacts to your ambition tells you everything you need to know about his intentions. When he's proud of your wins instead of insecure, when he supports your focus instead of distracting you, that's when you know he's a builder, not a breaker. Men are drawn to women who have something they're passionate about because it brings balance. It keeps the relationship from becoming all-consuming. It keeps you from losing yourself. And the truth is, your purpose is what makes you unforgettable. It's not just what you do. It's how you move, how you dream, how you show up with fire in your eyes. A man might be drawn to your beauty, but your purpose is what keeps his respect. Patience is one of the quietest tests a man will ever give you, and most of the time it's not even intentional. Men move differently. They don't always communicate the way you expect. They don't always process emotions as quickly, and sometimes they're still learning how to express what they feel. When a man is around a woman, he pays close attention to how she handles the process of his growth. He's not looking for perfection, but he is looking for understanding. He wants to see if you can handle the in-between stage, the time when he's figuring things out, the moments when he's not moving at your pace, the days when he's trying but not quite getting it right. That's when your patience speaks louder than anything else. A man will test your patience through his actions, his silence, and his mistakes. He might take longer to open up about what's really on his mind, and he's watching to see if you'll pressure him or allow him space. He might not respond perfectly to every situation, and he's watching to see if you correct him with care or with criticism. A patient woman doesn't mean a woman who tolerates bad behavior. She means a woman who knows how to guide, not grind. She can express what bothers her without belittling him. She can correct with tone, not temper. That kind of patience builds trust because it shows a man that you see his effort, not just his errors. Sometimes a man's test of patience isn't even about you. It's about life. He might go through seasons where his plans fall apart, his finances are tight, or his confidence takes a hit. During those times, he's looking to see if you still believe in him when he's struggling. Do you still speak life into him when he's quiet, or do you pull away when the energy shifts? That patience you show becomes a reflection of how deep your connection can go. A man never forgets the woman who stayed calm when everything around him was falling apart. That calm is like medicine to his spirit. Patience also shows emotional maturity. It tells a man that you understand timing, that you don't need everything instantly to feel secure. It tells him that you're not ruled by impulses, that you can wait for things to grow instead of demanding instant results. That energy creates peace. It gives him room to evolve without fear of judgment. When a woman has patience, it makes a man feel safe to be human, to stumble, to learn, to improve. It shows him that love doesn't always have to be rushed. That real connection takes time and grace. A man respects a woman who can stay grounded while he's growing. He notices when you handle tough moments with grace instead of drama, when you listen instead of lash out, when you allow time to reveal what effort can't rush. That patience teaches him what kind of woman he's dealing with. It shows him your strength and your emotional intelligence and your ability to build something that lasts. Consistency is one of the most powerful tests a man will give you, and it's not always obvious when it's happening. A man wants to know if the woman he met on day one is the same woman a few weeks, months, or even years later. He's watching to see if your words line up with your actions, if your attitude changes with the weather, and if your energy depends on how much attention he gives you. Because men notice everything. They pay attention to whether you mean what you say and whether you live what you preach. Consistency tells a man who you truly are when no one is watching. In the beginning, everyone brings their best self. The conversations are light, the chemistry is strong, and the excitement makes everything easy. But after that first spark, life starts testing the foundation. That's when he watches your follow through. If you say you value honesty, do you stay honest even when it's uncomfortable? If you say you want communication, do you actually listen, or do you just want to be heard? If you say you're about peace, do you bring it when things get tense? These moments matter to a man because they show him if your words are real or just decoration. Men test consistency because they want to know if they can depend on you emotionally. They want to know that your love, your support, and your character don't shift with your mood. When a man sees that your tone doesn't flip every time you're upset, that your loyalty doesn't vanish when he disappoints you, and that your care stays steady even when things get rough, it earns his trust. But if you say one thing and do another, he picks up on that right away. A man might not always call it out, but he never forgets it. He starts pulling back, not because he stopped caring, but because inconsistency feels unsafe. A consistent woman brings peace to a man's life. He doesn't have to guess how she'll act tomorrow because she's stable. Her love isn't a guessing game, it's a standard. Her attitude isn't based on conditions, it's built on character. And that steadiness makes her stand out. When a man sees that your energy stays the same when you're happy, busy, or even upset, it tells him that you've mastered emotional balance. That kind of consistency doesn't just attract a man, it earns his respect. Consistency also means showing up for yourself the same way you expect someone else to show up for you. It's about keeping promises to yourself, honoring your values, and living in alignment with your truth. When a man sees you do that, it sets the tone for how he approaches you. He realizes that you're not playing pretend, you're built on principle. He learns that your presence isn't just beautiful, it's dependable. Consistency is the quiet proof of who you are, and it tells a man more about you than any speech, promise, or performance ever could. Confidence is one of the strongest tests a man will ever give you, and most of the time it's not through words, it's through how he moves, how he speaks to you, and how he observes you in different situations. A man wants to know if you really believe in yourself, or if your confidence disappears the moment you feel unseen or uncertain. He watches how you carry yourself, how you respond to compliments, how you handle comparison, and how you act when someone else walks into the room. Confidence isn't about being loud or showing off, it's about presence. It's that quiet, unshakable energy that says, I know who I am, and I'm good with it. A man will test your confidence in subtle ways. He might tease you, joke around, or make a passing comment to see if you get defensive. He might pull back a little to see if you start doubting yourself. He might challenge your opinions just to see if you stand on them or shrink back to please him. These little tests aren't always intentional, but they reveal a lot. Because when a man sees a woman who knows her value, who doesn't beg for validation, who doesn't compete for attention, it hits different. It tells him she's not performing to be chosen. She's already chosen herself. Confidence is attractive because it brings balance to a relationship. A confident woman doesn't lose her identity when she falls in love. She doesn't let insecurity drive her actions or jealousy poison her peace. She knows her worth, so she doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg for reassurance because she gives it to herself. And that energy makes a man step up. He realizes that he can't impress her with surface-level attention. He has to bring depth, effort, and consistency. When a woman's confidence is solid, it changes the way a man approaches her. He knows that games won't work, manipulation won't last, and empty promises won't get her attention. True confidence also means being comfortable with imperfection. It's not about pretending to have it all together. It's about knowing that even when things fall apart, you still have value. A confident woman doesn't crumble when criticized or overlooked, because her sense of self doesn't depend on how others see her. That stability draws a man in. He feels safe around it. He can be himself because she's already secure in herself. Confidence becomes contagious. It makes the whole connection stronger. A man will test your confidence by how he shows up and how he doesn't. He'll see how you respond when he's consistent and when he's distant, when he praises you and when he's quiet. The confident woman doesn't change her worth based on his attention. She stays grounded, she stays gradient, and she keeps moving with grace. A man respects that because it tells him she's not afraid to be alone, and that means she's choosing him, not depending on him. Confidence is the foundation of self-respect, and it shows a man that your value isn't negotiable, no matter who's watching.